welcome back to the field. It's the week of August 12th, and we're going to evaluate pollination last week and this week. So one of the things that we've noticed on our hailed fields from probably about a month ago now that got hailed right during pollination, we're noticing some single kernel misses, as well as starting to see some tip back as those ears fill and those kernels develop. Here on in my left hand is a competitor hybrid. Like I said, this field was hailed right during pollination. You'll notice some what I would just consider some missed pollination at the tip, and this would have been on the underside of the ear. But have quite a bit at the tip that we missed, and also down here. We do have some single kernel misses here towards the butt of the ear. You know, most of the time we think of these single kernel misses not to have a huge impact, if any, on yield. Because you can see they're compensating, the surrounding kernels are compensating and filling in there. Starting to see a little bit of tip back on some things that were pollinated. So obviously we're going to note that on this field. Not surprising, we had 60–70% leaf loss in this field, so right during pollination. So not surprising that we are seeing some unpollinated kernels and some tip back. This is from the same field. Definitely seeing we had decent pollination. We had about an inch of the tip that wasn't pollinated. We are starting to see some tip back. Just that plant's not being able to support that many kernels on that ear. We do have couple single kernel misses lower on the ear, but overall not bad. We're still getting those kernels that are filling. We are getting good kernel depth in those kernels, and we just are starting to see a few dents in some of those kernels. So not surprising. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the case in a lot of fields this year that we did have hail, especially during that week of pollination. You know, pretty much the worst time that we could have any kind of leaf loss or hail damage is that week of pollination. So good idea to get out there, evaluate pollination overall in your field. Like I said, it's not surprising to see some single kernel misses based on the weather that week. We were extremely hot that week as well when a lot of our fields were pollinating. But we really haven't seen any major issues with pollination overall. Occasionally we'll see some single kernel misses like I mentioned, but overall it's looking good. Last thing we'll talk about, close out this week, Agronomy Alert, is water use this week. The past several days we've been in the high 70s, low 80s, high humidity. Our water use on, R4 corn has been around 1,500 to 1,800 inches per day. So drastic decrease in water use over the last 4 or 5 days. It looks like for the next 5 to 7 days, we're going to have similar water use. It looks like humidity is going to stay somewhat high and temperatures aren't going to get extremely high. So I would average probably about 2/10 a day ET water needs from similar maturity R4 moving into R5 early dent corn. So with that, we'll close out this week of Agronomy Alert, and we'll see you next week.